Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, and we are the clay. Mold us and make us after your will. While we're waiting, yield it, and still, amen. From Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 through 9. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee with all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and be of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Joshua is being commissioned after the death of Moses to lead the people on into the promised land. There's some special significance here because Joshua is the Hebrew word Yeshua, meaning Jesus. Moses and the law could only carry them to the river, but only Joshua could take them across into the promised land. Only Jesus. The law cannot take us to the ultimate place. He's given orders to have the people keep the covenant that they may prosper. And in a sense, that is still true for us, even though grace leads us and we have to get to a point where we completely surrender to grace. It is true, though, that when we take over and try to do things on our own, we end up in disobedience to God in a way that does not prosper us. I'm not saying that he does not bless us at all if we mess up. He certainly takes care of us anyway, but that we still put ourselves into some really bad situations by our stubbornness and disobedience, trying to run our lives instead of trusting God to lead the way. He gives us territory to conquer and to take over, and he gives it to us, not ourselves deciding I'm going to go and do X, Y, or Z on my own. God bless you.
2, 3, 4.
Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. So, back to the Connecting Culture Show and the rehearsal here with Mr. Glenn DeGross's quartet featuring Mr. Malik Al-Kabir, the fifth member. Here we go.
It's setting up.
Yeah, I played the wrong note the first time. I played the wrong note the
That
first
makes
time.
a big difference.
But I mean, hey, we're just exploring this, so expect these things to happen. Hey, that's why we rehearse, isn't it? Am I right? Why don't you just jam on that for a while? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take 13, ready?
You doing ahead?
He is, yeah.
Let's just go from there into the swing.
Yeah, right now let's just start at 13 and go on. 1,
Second and then
2, 1, 2, 3. So that he knows when to make the change. Otherwise, we get confused about when it happens. 1,
Are we
2.
playing this written?
Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's take 47, top of my solo. 1, 2, ready, play. let me make something clear. After the last solo, we have written in the second ending DS. DS stands for Del Segno. In Latin means go to the sign, which is written at bar 13. So we're really supposed to be at bar 13 with a Latin flavor after the last solo. But,
He was still doing the last one.
well, he already finished the solo. He played, I think, at least one chorus. And he was looking around hoping somebody else would come in and save him from his... I can tell. You can tell. But anyway, let me suggest, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's do this. Let's take Garrick's solo again at 47. And this time, let's take the second ending and go straight to 13 after just straight through. To make this easy, let's not do more than one repeat per solo.
Hi, Hacienda Linda. Thank you for tuning in, sweetheart.
You want to go from 47
Long time no see.
now, or-
Yeah, I want to get...
Eddie Rodriguez here.
From 47.
Joshua, thank you for tuning in. Joshua Peanut Moore.
Exactly right, yeah.
All
So in other
right.
words, none of us
Yeah.
are going to take more than one pass through.
Also like to say thank you for tuning in to Daniel
No second ending.
Unless you want to solo.
Daniel Corvret.
So for the last one,
Thank you.
we can take second ending, which
For the
takes,
last one.
which takes, it's going to be Garrick.
But each one's taking one.
Exactly. So because I want Garrick to get another shot at it, I want to start at 47 with Garrick solo. And this is the last solo. So
We previously shot 1 hour earlier, took a 15-20 minute break, and here we are with the second part. This is a rehearsal over at Roscoe Freund's house, preparing for the March 7th gig at Brother John's.
Keep playing, Garrick. Keep going. Second time.
Oh, we were going to the quota.
Yeah, that's what we said. So it's okay. Let's take bar 39. The last. No, it's all right. This is the reason to rehearse. So now take bar 39 and go straight to the coda when you. Get
I'll remind you guys that here today, it is a rehearsal. So you're going to hear people rehearsing and learning their music
No, it's not. It's a whole page.
in preparation for the Brother John's March 7th from 3 to 5 gig.
So the coda is 88.
You're welcome to come to Sonins, you know that.
Have anything but rests.
And by the way, at Brother John's, they do have
So it's a rhythmic.
the system, ultraviolet system that kills the coronavirus as well as any other virus, bacteria,
Okay.
and everything is sanitized. They are taking care of everything. That ultraviolet system covers the entire
Yeah, we're gonna play.
Brother John's
You want
facility, and it's there for you to see. You'll see it. And so far so good. Like I said, coronavirus dead. in that environment. Hey, by the way, Carlos Rodriguez, thank you for tuning in. Alexander Sanchez, thank you for tuning in, man. That's cool. Glad that you guys are giving us a lot. Okay.
Here's why I want you to do it. Because it's a great introduction to why you don't always have to have chord symbols written. Because the whole thing is very dreamy and floats. And it's kind of what we do a lot on stage already. Like when we play for 20 minutes on the Hami dance, and we're kind of exploiting this whole idea of a pedal. Stretching.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is Connecting Cultures TV show, hosted and produced by yours truly, Eddie Rodriguez. For those of you who didn't know me or have not heard of me, I was on Cox and Comcast for 11 years doing this very show. Now, the last 4 years, it's been Facebook Live, my own network. Mr. Glendon Gross also, I sponsored their band. I constantly shoot their band as well as any other bands that we choose to go out and hear. And there's a ton of talent here. That's the mission of Connecting Culture Show. Hollywood doesn't exist in Tucson anymore, but the talent that's here is the next thing that needs to be observed and supported. People that are jazz lovers, oh man, you should go to the Strawberry Jam, guys. That's the Espresso Cafe, Westgate of the U of A, Espresso Art Cafe. And there they call it the Strawberry Jam. These guys, anybody thinks jazz is ever going to die, you got to come and hear these guys. It is alive and well. And when it's their turn to be big time, and they are big time now. This is a lot of talent, man. And they get younger and younger. You guys got to come down and check out the Strawberry Jam at the Espresso Art Cafe. Okay, on University, Westgate of U of A, right on the street. It's open. You can see it. They play outdoors. It's on a Saturday from 9 to 12. And that's right, 9 p.m. to 12. people come down and jam. They're invited. You get a lot of invited artists that come down and actually participate in the jam, as well as the ones that we have here that's well known, like Mr. Glenn Gross, like Mr. Malik Al-Kabir, Gary Goji Burnett on piano as well, and others, many others. So if you want to support these kids and jazz, Latin jazz, contemporary music, live music, you know, it's hard, man. With the pandemic, a lot of people are afraid to go out. I get it. That's why John, owner of Brother John's, took it upon himself, at their expense, of course, to make it safe for people to come in and chill out. He's got the ultraviolet system. We all know what that does to coronavirus from the time that they discovered it. So come down.
want us to be able to do.
That's really interesting for you. That is really cool.
Okay, perhaps.
It's the same. It's literate.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
carpal tunnel syndrome.
Well, I don't want you to
What you have to do, you need to be soloing out like the guys are. I'm sure that's single numbers.
Yeah.
You need to be soloing in context with what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, in other
The
words,
music will stand 3 guys playing.
Yeah, it really will. You can play lines.
Who don't?
If you play lines, then you won't be locked into something that
You don't have to be
yourself.
so repetitive.
Yeah.
What I understand you're saying was that's what holding this whole song together.
Okay, I want to say something.
In your mind,
Let
but
me
not
say
necessarily.
some things about that. Okay. Number one,
Why not?
you're absolutely correct, and you did a very good job of holding it together. However, obviously that's not a long-term solution because you will get carpal tunnel, right? So what I think what we're trying to do here is push the envelope. So what I was going to say earlier was, suppose we did something like that, either at the beginning or at the end of all.
Thank you, Elmer, for tuning in.
All things you are written by Dizzy Gillespie. Well, we're going to really have the audience
We
thinking
here
out
at Connecting Culture
they won't
Show
know what's coming
appreciate
next.
it.
And like it's an old trick that gospel artists use. When you get to the end of the song and people are cheering, you go back and you play some more of the song. Like the ending of I'll remember April in Paris. April in Paris, by the end of the time the big band repeats that like the third or fourth time, people are just, ecstatically cheering because they love the unpredictability about is it the end of the song or not.
Right.
So what I like with the ending, like some groups spend a lot of time trying to get the ending of a song clean, especially rock groups. They all got to end precisely the same time, precisely the same way every single time. But with jazz groups, I think ideally it's the opposite. The ending should be different every time, in my opinion.
Well, that's why you should let it permutate without getting in.
Right. So here's my advice about
that's
that.
the goal.
When you start to get tired, feel free to play
That's the
less.
challenge.
Drop out and play occasionally, or play melodic lines like Malik was suggesting, and we'll follow you, and we can end up.
Or just play one note of measure for a
Right,
phrase,
exactly. And don't be afraid to let some silence go by and let the horns, fill the gaps.
Hey, you guys,
Yep.
what I heard,
What?
when Michael gets floored, you know how you can just take that bow and we still keep in that rhythm for
Right.
you to get out of this order.
Right.
You want me
We
to play
don't
the
want you
bow
to
now?
move up all the time.
Well,
Why not? Everybody gets bored.
Right.
Let us give somebody a break like you might have, whatever.
Right. Oh, let me tell you another
too.
story. I want to tell you another story, if you don't mind. Here's another story. When I was a senior in high school, my high school English teacher took us to New York on a field trip. And we went to see a show. It was called I Love My Wife. Okay? And the show it was a Broadway show, right? But the musicians were written into every scene. It was a jazz band, it was the band. So like they did one scene, it was in a bar, and the bartender turned around and picked up the bass and started walking, and that's how they went into the songs, And another scene, it was a Christmas time scene, and they had, fake snow, and the band was all dressed in Santa Claus suits. They were like off to the side, and the convention was that the audience couldn't see the band even though they were on stage, right? And they kind of built that up. So then they had a bedroom scene. It was called I Love My Wife. And so the guy's in bed with his wife, the lead characters.
Yeah, who's the bass player in bed with it?
Well, no, the band is not in bed. The band is off to the side, all dressed in pajamas. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But this was a New York show, and what it did is it opened my mind to the fact that we may have a certain convention in our head about how things have to be done, but it's not always true that they have to be done that way. And if you're the person who knows how to break out of the envelope, then you're the one setting the trend for someone else.
But you can't lose the envelope.
Oh, I agree with that
And I'm
100%.
not saying we should do this all the
Outside
time,
the
but
box.
it's like it's added
That's what
skill for us
creation's
to
all
have,
about.
to be able to deconstruct the ending of a song, play something totally different in it.
But climb back into the envelope.
Right. So in that case there, because we all know that figure, you can solo. If you want to try, I can just play this. You can solo.
What notes to play?
But I'm just saying, okay,
Modality.
so here's a thought for you then.
I can't even hear the notes.
So here's a thought for you. If you play the superset of those two aspects, which is the Arabic bebop scale and the double harmonic scale, then you don't have to remember.
Of course.
So in other words, here's the superset.
I'm a bass player. I'm just learning to get off of the tonic.
So this is the scale we're talking about. Listen to this. It has all the notes of both chords, so you're not stuck in one or the other. And I'm not saying you have to do it now, but you get the idea. You don't have to always play with the chords that are going on.
But that scale works with those particular chords.
Both of them.
Wow.
Right, but if you
That's the
are doing
challenge
something
right
else,
there,
that
isn't it?
scale doesn't work anymore.
So here's the secret. If you know your double harmonic scales, then you can blur the half step between any two adjacent keys by playing those scales. And I use it in while you need it. By the way, do you want to do Night Dreamer, which we worked on the last time? I didn't want us to lose momentum. Night Dreamer is a really good tune that we worked on the last time, and I thought it sounded acceptable, but we can make it sound even better.
How does that actually go?
That's a bum, 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 bum. Da, da, da. Here you go.
Yeah.
Remember that one? This is by Wayne Shorter.
It's got the sus, the E sus and the S sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to play that.
I love that tune. And I learned it when I was...
Listen to a lot of Bach music variations.
Eric's done his homework. This is great. I love it. Just take it tempo and come in. Here we are.
By the way, let me say thank you for tuning in, Anita Hershey and Josie Prince. Thank you, sweethearts. Both of you. Tell your friends. They can tune in too as well. And if you don't catch the live version, which is now, we post it on YouTube. Just go to Glendon Gross or Glendon Gross 144. You don't have to be friends in order to see this. This is live and it's going all over the world, by the way. So I do like to keep my viewing audience in tune with me and give you guys kudos when you do. It's a trend that I'm going to continue to do. I've been doing it for years, and I will continue to do it to this point. I always believe that the viewing audience, you people, without you, we can't do much. You know, we'll be playing to ourselves. But I like to give kudos to you guys. You're just as important as the musicians are. Without you and without them, we all gain when we come together. By the way, stay COVID safe, guys. And as I was previously saying about Brother John's, he went out of his way to make it safe for everybody. Chairs, tables. It's a family setting, guys. You know, moms and dads bring their kids. It's safe, but continue to follow the rules of the COVID thing. 6 feet apart, wash your hands, wear your masks, and be courteous, okay? Don't get tough. We don't want fights, we want love. And people to stay alive. So enjoy that, and don't get scared to go to Brother John's and see that. We've been there, and that, by the way, is March 7th, again, 3 to 5 on a Sunday. You're welcome to come. Tucsonans and people that are coming to Tucson, just happen to be in Tucson at that date and time, come on down to Brother John's, 1801 North Stone and Leicester. Okay, that's the Glendon Gross Quartet featuring Mr. Malik Al-Kabir on sax. That makes it a quintet, but it's actually a quartet. And you will hear them live. I'm glad to bring this broadcast to you, like always. And, you know, it's something that I enjoy doing, but mostly because I want to put Tucson back on the map with the talent that's in this city and state, because it's just not about Tucson. There's musicians all over that I go to see. Of course, the COVID thing makes it a little bit difficult because we don't know what to expect over there. I'm sure that everybody, and if you haven't come down, have been to Brother John's, but maybe you haven't been there with the new improvements, like the ultraviolet system that kills the coronavirus, kills all viruses, bacteria, infectious stuff, so on and so forth. And their bathrooms are equipped, you know, and improved as well. You're always going to get the foam gel or the, you know, hand sanitizer too as well. So make sure to keep that in mind when you guys go out. And don't be afraid to try and look. You can come to Brother John's and look from the window. You'll see it. It's beautiful. It's nice. The food is fantastic. And the music is really good. Right, Hacienda Lina? Okay. And again, I want to stress, this is a rehearsal that we are watching. We kind of wanted to, you know, come back from the hidden scene and let people get an insight about what a jazz rehearsal sounds like, especially this group. A lot of the songs are new. They are playing them for the first time. You know, they go slow and then get to the beat and then the decision. So March 7th, you'll hear some of these tunes. Come on down. This broadcast, by the way, will continue for about 20 more minutes.
How about one slow and one fast?
We did set one, an hour. That started at 2:30 to 3:30. Took a little break. And here we are.
2. 1, 2, 3.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap.
I like, what do you guys think about this idea of playing things slow first and then playing faster afterwards?
I think it's necessary.
I think it's a good way for us to nail the
First to
change.
learn.
Yeah,
The best way.
Yeah.
I mean, we never played this before, but I think that was respectable for a first attempt.
That's great. But once you get a little bit.
What do you guys think?
You know, Cedar Walton wrote some great stuff, so we'll dig into some of the other
Dave Kaufman, thanks for tuning in again, buddy.
They do that in the studio.
Garrick,
Slow first.
Exactly.
your buddy Dave Kaufman says, Garrick! By the way, I love giving kudos to the viewing audience that tunes in. That's my MO. I've always will and continue to do that. As long as I've been doing Connecting Culture Show, 15 years. I never stopped. Always gave kudos to the viewing audience. You don't see that in television today. They're just like, hands off, watch the screen and, you know, love it and shut up. Well, no, I love when I see the hearts coming up. They love it. It's an inspiration. Jazz is like that, man. When well, all music is. When people are on it, and these guys are rehearsing. This is a rehearsal for, again, I'll mention it one more time, March 7th, 3 to 5 at Brother John's, 1801 North Stone and Leicester. That will be the day that you'll see the Glenn Gross Quartet plus one, Mr. Malik Al-Kabir being featured. And I will be there as well to shoot the show, so you guys will be able to see it. If you're still not comfortable with coming out, you know, and doing that, and we'll understand. But again, I gave you specifics on what Brother John has done to improve and keep safe. He put a lot of money into it. Ultraviolet lighting system in the entire place. It kills the coronavirus, it kills bacteria, infectious germs, and everything else. So you guys, do your homework. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Sanitize. All right? And stay 6 feet apart. Okay, guys? And as well for your children. I know you'll do that anyway. So we're going to sign off now and say thank you to all of you who have tuned in. Again, tune in March 7th, and you'll see Connecting Culture Show again from 3 to 5 p.m. If you want to come down to Brother John, it's 1801 North Stone and Leicester with the Glenn Gross. I'm going to say quintet this time. Okay? But it's actually quartet featuring Mr. Malik Al-Kabir. So, man, on behalf of Mr. Glendon Gross and myself, we love you guys. Thank you. Know and tell your friends about Connecting Culture Show. And we will see you March 7th from 3 to 5. Thanks. Take care. God bless and take care. Follow the rules.
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. McDowell. I thought I'd share with you what we did yesterday right after church, because we're getting ready for a little something on next Sunday, and this is how we rehearse. Be blessed.